Hi and welcome to week 2, day 5 of my Bulgarian training experiment. And so far this little experiment is going good. As you can see, the progression isn't crazy, it isn't super aggressive, it's just simple, slow, linear progression. 2.5 kilos each week, and it's probably going to be that on the squat and the deadlift for quite some time. For the strict standing press, for the bench press, for the weighted chin-up, these smaller movements, I'm not going to be able to add 2.5 kilos every week for a substantial amount of time, but the general principles are the same. I'm going to add weight, a tiny bit or a big bit, every week, slowly and consistently, building up to heavier and heavier weights. When I can't progress anymore, I will either just switch programs, or I will add in back-off volume. So after my main heavy rep, I'll do 2 sets of 3, or 3 sets of 3, or 2 sets of 2, something like that. Just a bit of extra low reps for extra volume. But yeah, the bench and the squat went good today. On the squat, good depth. On the bench, good clean pause, good bar speed. Good bar speed on the squat too. And talking about bar speed, check this out. I'm really going to have to increase the weight on these next week, these strict pendlays, because look, it looks like the weight, like it literally explodes up. Look at that. Because that's literally like, that's half of my deadlift. I'm doing strict pendlays with half of my max deadlift, and that's just too little, to be honest. Like that's too light. But I need to build it up to where I'm doing around 60% of my 1 rep max, doing that for 3 sets of 5 days a week. That would give a lot of stimulation to my glutes, hamstrings, spinal erectors, traps, forearms, biceps, rear delts, rhomboids, lats, among other muscles. But yeah, this is a really good complete posterior chain exercise. And you might not think, well, how does that? You might think, how does that train your glutes? How does that train your hamstrings? That doesn't even look like it's training your lats. What are you doing? This is just stupid. This isn't going to build muscle. Are you kidding me? Because this, when you progressively overload explosive rows, you thicken up like really well. And this is exactly the main mechanism I'm going to use to build my deadlift. Apart from doing a lot of squats, I'm also going to do a lot of rows, because this builds the same muscles as the deadlift, except it's a lot less weight on your spine, so you can handle absurdly much higher volumes than deadlifting, and therefore get even faster gains. So that's what I'm doing. 75 total reps of rows each week. Explosive. And we'll add weight on that next week for sure. Talking about adding weight, yeah, so see my back there when I walked up to the door? It's starting to get a bit thicker. Anyways, here's the pull-up, the chin-up. 22.5 kilos. And guys, my biceps were throbbing afterwards. Like, they are being pushed to the limits. With the rows and the chin-ups pretty much every day, I'm really feeling it in my biceps. Like right now when I'm doing this voiceover, I'm really feeling my biceps. But we gotta bring up our lagging muscle groups and become thick, dense, and strong as orcs. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.